the reality hit me and my youngest sister in the face when my father left, and I was constrained to start working because my mom, she was working already a lot of hours on the day. She was trying to get a couple of jobs after her working schedules to maintain us, but the money by end of the month, it wasn't enough.
Welcome to Gizela Infinite Love podcast. My guest today is Andreea, a business strategist. She quit school, she had cancer, and all along the story, she built up several companies and helped and still helps women, men doing business. Welcome, Andreea. So happy to have you here. How did it all start? It was kind of a random thing, you starting your own business, right?
Hello, Gizela. And before we start, hello, everyone, and thank you so much for having me here today. I'm so excited to share my story with you, and hopefully you can stay with us until the end so you can understand actually that life is not only what you see in the movie. There are ups and downs, a lot of lessons to learn. And when failure hits you, is actually a step towards success.
Yes.
So thank you for having me.
Your story is inspirational, and it's kind of a role model to those that may be dealing with something and thinking there's no way out. So share with us, how did it start?
So my story started when my perfect family, which, as children, we see everything perfect in our house, but deep down wasn't perfect. And my father decided to leave us from a day to another one. So the reality hit me and my youngest sister in the face when my father left, and I was constrained to start working because my mom, she was working already a lot of hours on the day. She was trying to get a couple of jobs after her working schedules to maintain us, but the money by end of the month, it wasn't enough, unfortunately. So it doesn't matter how much she was working and how much we was missing her because we was not seeing her home. Money was not enough. So there is where I decided to tell her, not even ask her permission. I decided to tell her that, well, I will go to find a job in a bar back home in Sicily. And when I will make a lot of money, well, I didn't know what means a lot of money at that age. When I will make
you were 16, right?
Yes, I was still in my 16. I promised to her that I will go back to study. So don't worry, Mama, because I will come back and I will study and I will go to university and I will get a degree. And all the normal things that the system is asking us to do. Well, unfortunately, I didn't fit into the system. So things messed up during the timing and during my way. Yes, and I started working
And
at
how
16.
did you started in a bar and suddenly?
So I started in a bar, and there, because I was finishing by 2 p.m. After 2 p.m. I was free. My sister was still in a school. All my ex-colleagues, friends, everyone was in a school, and I was left alone at home. So because I was alone, I started asking and offering at the bar cleaning services. So whoever was coming to the bar, giving them their coffee, the croissant, or whatever they was ordering, I was like, does your mom, your wife, your auntie, your grandma need a cleaner? Look, I'm not charging you now. I'm going just to clean it once. And if they are happy, they can call me and we can have a chat. So this is how everything started. And every single person I was telling every single day the same thing. And even if the same person was returning tomorrow at the bar, I was telling him again the same thing. So like I was on non-stop, same thing. And yeah, I got jobs from there, and I started working from 3 p.m. So 2 p.m. I was finishing at the bar. I was going home, having lunch and changing myself. And from 3 p.m. until 8 p.m., another 5 hours, I was working in cleaning. Now, because I haven't stopped asking, right? Because I was saying this every single day, every single day, every single day. And now, not only that I was saying it in a bar, but I was saying also with the clients that I was getting for cleaning. And everything boomed. Like from a day to another one, I couldn't manage myself. And I was only
Too
17.
too many clients to the cleaning. Oh,
Yes, yes, and one of the ladies, I don't know if she's still alive. If not, hope that she rests in peace. But his nephew had a construction company, so he was making flats, and when they are ready to be sold, they needed a cleaning company, and they were like, "Andrea, would you like to clean the flats?" Well, the truth is, I said yes. I didn't know what I was expecting over there. So when I got there and I saw 100 something flats to clean, I panicked. I was like, holy, what is going on? Because I tried to do it my best. I was working until 1, 2 a.m. in the morning. I gave up to the bar and just focusing on cleaning was terrible. I couldn't manage. So until now, this age, I still have the marks on my knees, like on the knee. I still have the marks from when I was sitting down and actually cleaning the cement and all the dirt after they finished the flat. And I
you
went,
need help.
yes, I needed help. And obviously, it wasn't a company. I wasn't a legit company. It was something that I was doing it by my own. I didn't had any entrepreneur skills, nobody in my family, so no knowledge what means building a business, or even the word business was something way too big
Yes.
for me, right? Although I was doing it, but in my head was just way too much, way too big. And I went to the church, and I start asking at the church who needs help, who needs work, because I need help. And so I start getting ladies in. I haven't done it as an employee. I never said that this lady works for me. I was like, girls, I need girls to work with me. And I ended up with 20 plus ladies working with me on commission based. So I was giving them the job. And although I was working on commission, my commission was altogether was getting me a huge income by end of the month. I never quit a day of cleaning. Like I was going daily basic cleaning because I wasn't in a business mindset. I wasn't in an entrepreneurial mindset. I didn't have the skills and knowledge, nothing.
Yes,
My
you were a teenage girl. Yes.
yes, and all my knowledge that I had about business, I remember my ex-boss, my first boss, he was telling me, if somebody will step inside the bar, you must take his money. So I associated this word. If someone asks me about my service, I have to take his money because they need my service. So I have to give it to you. I have to do it. So no saying no. It's just yes, yes, yes. So with the yes, I ended up to burn out. I ended up not having the teenager life. Like after everyone finished the school, all my ex-colleagues, all my girls, my friends, they was going out partying, having boyfriends. And I was exhausted. Like literally, I remember also now the feeling was summer and I was sitting with my mom inside the car and she was like, babe, but you don't have a boyfriend. I'm like, Mom, I am tired. So I decided to close the camp, to close everything, like to stop. I gave all the jobs that I had to the ladies that was working with me, and I went through the employment phase. And here is where I'm like, yes, I'm an employee. It's so nice. Oh my God, I love it. I enjoy it. I
Have
could.
a more ruled life from 9 to 5 and then free time to do something and not
Yes,
be worried about do this, do that, selling the ladies. Okay, got
Yes, yeah, I cannot say that I had too many thoughts of selling them or getting clients in because selling came natural to me. I will sell without even wanted to sell. So sometimes happens. I'm speaking also with my Facebook group, right? I speak with girls from there and they're like, "Are you selling me?" No, 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 I never had that intention. But it's so natural for me to sell myself and my service that I haven't struggled with that and wasn't stressful for me. For me, it was so stressful taking care that all the girls are honest, the job is good done at the quality that I always done it myself. No complaints, customer service, making sure that they have the right product. So all this kind of stuff. I was also scared if I get new girls in, if they will steal, because we have to think if I send you somebody now for cleaning and you are not a business, I didn't have insurance. I didn't know that it exists insurance for something like that back in the time.
Okay, so you closed little by little, and
I gave the jobs to the girls. I haven't closed it because
oh,
wasn't a company, like I said, wasn't a legit company, was just jobs that I was taking in and giving to everyone and taking a commission.
got it. And then
So,
you moved to be an employee doing what?
you know the small tiny shops, the betting shops where people are going to bet on their
Yeah,
favorite football team?
yeah.
Well, it was so peaceful. Two desktop in front of me, a desk, and just selling these tickets out. No brain, no headaches, no stress. Like, the perfect life was at that stage until the auntie of my boss came in and she was my ex-client. She was like, "What are you doing here? How did you end up here?" So after having a conversation with her, she had a conversation with her nephew and tell him about me. So a couple of days later, he just turned up telling me that we need to have a meeting. And from that meeting, I ended up working into the head office because he wanted me to start developing his company. So yeah, quite a journey.
Yes, so it trusted you. That's wonderful. How old were you?
So
19?
I was 20 years. He trusted me, blindly trusted me. Although I told him I don't have any knowledge, any experience, I don't have any school, like I haven't finished my college. I just wanted to make money. So, in order to support my family, to support my sister. So, was everything the willpower inside? And I remember he always was telling me, "Where is the will, you will find the way." So yeah, he challenged me. He challenged me up to every cell in my body. Like he challenged me physically, he challenged me mentally, and I can say that today I'm who I am also because of you aside. A part there, I'm grateful for that. So I started working with him, and he started teaching me and training me as a business strategist and business developer, which mainly focus on marketing and selling strategies. And I started traveling in all the Europe and developing 86 betting shops all over the Europe. So I had to find a client, I had to find the location, I had to create a good marketing strategy for them, a good selling strategy, because from city to city, I'm not saying only from country to country, which you can feel a huge cultural difference and the way that we as human beings we behave and we act. But from city to city, people have different behavior, different way to buy, different way to resonate and get a sale done. So I had
You had that experience. Okay.
yeah, so I had all this experience. I developed all these
Fun,
businesses.
travel
It
all
was
over.
amazing. Sorry?
Must have been fun also, so young, traveling all over Europe, right?
Yes, that was one of the best experience ever in my life. I can say that was tough because sometimes I didn't know the language in the country that I was. Like, I didn't know to speak German. I didn't know to speak France. I didn't know to speak Spanish. I didn't know to speak Portugal. I've been also in Portugal. They develop also their couple of shops. There are so many languages that I didn't know them. And I had to deal with. The only language that, let's say, I knew it, but after years I realized that I didn't know, was English. So I was breaking a couple of English words. So more or less also them, also myself. So we managed to get it done. That's the most important.
Yeah, that's huge. And then what? You did all that. You
I
had a
did all
contract,
that.
right? 5 years, if I
5 years,
remember.
yes, 5 years I've been there. The contract ended. They asked me to renew it, but something inside me didn't feel anymore aligned. Something inside me was asking me for more, but I didn't know what more. So knowing all the Europe and working with in a betting company, I've been trained to understand also the country economy. And I saw that London has a huge opportunity over there. So the economy in London was really good. And when I saw when I look on the map, I was like, well, I can live over there. I can try over there. So I left home, Sicily, and moved to London in 2016 in February, where I was feeling like Alice in Wonderland because on the map was everything so tiny. But actually, when I got here and I started working, so I've been here previously with a company, but I was working only on their project. So I never traveled London. And now when I got here by myself and I was like, oh my God, what am I doing now? I found my first job, and on the map, point A where I was living was here and point B was here. So very close to each other. But when I got the train, 2 hours and still in London. So traveling from one end to another, 2 hours. And I'm like, oh my God, that's only Alice in Wonderland. So many opportunities, so many things to do. If you travel 2 hours, how many things you can discover, how many things you can see, how many businesses, how many, oh my goodness, was so much information that my mind was just mind blowing. I was all over the place. And yeah, in a couple of months later, I was in my 9 to 5 here in London. And on 17th of October, I got a flower shop. I opened my first company, which was, at the moment she was in bankruptcy. The company wasn't doing well, so the owner wanted to close it. And I was like, no, give me the opportunity because I want to do something with this company. Don't ask me about the experience that I had with flowers because I will have to disappoint you and tell you no, I didn't have any type of experience. I never, sorry?
Like you received flowers from people. That's it?
Yeah, that's it. And when I was receiving them, I was like, really, flower? Why are you not buying me a bag or anything that I need? Why flowers?
Oh, such a practical woman. And young as well.
I ended up actually into a flower shop. So I'm like, okay, I need to develop this company. So the company had 20 plus pounds in the bank account in 2016 October, and we decided with the other half of with a business partner, we decided to give 1 year and see how the business will move. So in 1 year, I managed to save that company and not only save it, but make enough money for me to pay him in half. So that was not market price, that was his asking price. So he asked me for this amount of money as soon he saw the bank statement. And I'm like, okay, well, I done it once, I can do it second time. And in 2017, October, I told you I bought him a half. 2018 in June, I bought him in full. But this time was on my offering price, or not on his offering, on asking price. So I got the company. I was nominated.
A legit business owner.
Yes, at that moment, yeah, because I was having also four staff in the shop. So now we are speaking about a business owner, which previously was so big. That's true. Yeah, this is a bit of the story. And I had a couple of huge achievements over there. I've been featured in so many magazines. I got so much free PR. Uh, I was working with high-end clients, wedding from 1.2 million upwards. I was working and qualified as nominated, sorry, as top 21 florist designer in the world. Uh,
For
so many,
someone that did not like flowers, that's a huge change.
yes, that's true. But I always say, if you love what you do,
Yes.
doesn't matter in which industry you are, you will do it. So I'm just planting this seed here because I didn't know what I love, but
Yes.
I was doing it with love. And on that moment, back in 2018, I was thinking that my biggest love are flowers, which later on we will discover what actually is. But I was still doing it with love, so that's the reason why I grow up. And 2018, this I bought my first property in London. I started the university also, going back to my mom promise. So finally, I kept my promise to my mom, and I enrolled. I was admitted to university. It was quite hard because not having a college, not finishing the college, they asked me for a lot of testing, which was around a week, and I managed to get into business development and business strategy, which I study over there. So I was like, oh my God, that's so excited. I was so happy sharing with my mom. And she was like, I can't believe it that you done it. Of course I done it. Like everything fall in place the way that I wanted. But all this time I was alone. I didn't had a boyfriend. I didn't thought in having a boyfriend. My main focus was developing businesses, like growing up this company, Your Flower Story, that was the physical shop. After I opened other 7 shops online with another company, uh, I had a company that was dealing only with preserved roses, with high-end roses, event company. So I was literally all over the place with 10 different businesses, like everywhere. And
Sounds like for someone like me, you were in the action mode, also driven by the sort of trauma that you got before your dad leaving and the need to make money. So that was having an effect. So act, but kind of fading away another part of your life, sort of, right?
yes, and in 2019, I figured out that I have cancer. So this is what actually happened because of I was so driven and only action taker, and I always said no to the idea of having a family because referring what you are saying, yeah, it was a trauma for me. It was a trauma that a man can be in my life, take everywhere, everything, and go like my father done with us. So I was like, no way, I don't want to get married. I don't want to have children. I was like, no deal. Maximum, we can meet up, have a good time, and that's it. So when I figured out that I had cancer, I started sorting out all the businesses, started sorting out all my financial situation because the doctor we was in 2019 September, and doctors told me that the maximum time that I will have will be up to December. So for me, it was quite hard to believe that. There is where I start working with mindset coach. I start working on my spiritual life. I start working with so many things done in once. Like I want to live. I don't want to die. I still have so many things to do. And everything came down to a question. What do you truly want?
That answering that question must have been sort of awakening, right?
Yes. that was actually the moment that everything, my world was shaking. Like everything around me, everything surrounding me was shaking. I didn't had anymore the stability that I had it like yesterday. Yesterday I was fine. Even if I didn't knew that this cancer was developing inside me, my world was still fine. But as soon as I got this news, everything started shaking and was scary. Was actually scary, and I didn't know how to act. I didn't know. I felt like a child in that moment when I didn't had any power on nothing, like literally on nothing. And when I started working with my mentor, one of my ex previous mentor, and he's also a mindset coach. He just asked me and told me that, well, now you reach at the moment that you have to ask yourself, actually, what do you love and who do you love?
And
What
how
do
did
you
you answer?
want? What do you want from your life? So, are you sure you don't want children? Because what I can say, and if we go back in time, we can realize that the cancer is not any type of cancer, was the cervix cancer, which is down. So, why the cancer came actually down? Because I was always affirming, I don't want children, I don't want a family.
It was your way to protect, considering that you were left alone with your sister and your mother, and the man in the house just quit
Just
the family and went to the world and left you alone. Yes.
yeah, so the cancer came there and I had to choose. So I made a promise to the universe. For those who believe in God, do your promise to God, to Allah, to whoever you believe in. But I just promised to the universe, if I will come out from this situation alive, I will start building a family. And a couple of months later, October, I had my first surgery, which everyone was like, oh my God. Also, the doctor, they don't know what happened in there because I was in the third stage. And with the mindset exercises that I had to do daily base, and may sound stupid, but yes, I was speaking with my cancer every single day. I had
Well,
exercise.
doesn't sound stupid at all. That's my expertise, and I tell people the first thing is to get the why, sort of. Sometimes the why is not as present as yours was, but start talking with your body. Start, like, the first help is you. The first, the second, the third is you. And it's much about shifting the mind, and do not let yourself be a victim and submerge in whatever is happening, but finding strength, and that's hard sometimes, really hard, especially if you're alone, and rise up. And one of the ways is stop talking to yourself, start talking to yourself, to your cells, to your organs. Yes, that is so powerful. Yeah. And so it shifted the stage.
Yes, it shifted the stage to the first stage and they done the surgery. And the doctor, they was like, what have you done? Have you taken anything? They was even asking me if I was taking cannabis, but I never took anything. A part of my daily exercise, meditation, prayers, like whatever was in my routine, and I was working with my coach on. And I was like, mind blowing how these things can happen from the third stage to the first stage. I'm like, wow.
Power of our mind, especially when our mind is connected to our heart. It's not mind as in the way you were before, do, to achieve. It was like, I decided I want these from my mind and from my heart. When there's that coherence, and then you start working, going within yourself, that's how the resources come alive, even if we don't rationally understand how did it went from stage 3 to stage 1, but it's effective, yes. And epigenetics is about that, right? Changing. We have that ability, and then all changes. Yes. And so after that, like you got all clean in the...
Got all clean. Pandemic hit. During the pandemic, I met my actual husband. So I got married. Yeah, here we are. I am married. I met him during the pandemic, which was so strange. We are all our friends are calling us like the COVID couple, which we never had COVID during the COVID. We actually had COVID after COVID finished, if that makes sense. Crazy. But yeah, and in 2020 May, I met him and we got married this year in September, 2 months ago. Yeah, a nice journey. And from that moment, I start shifting business-wise and work-wise. I start focusing more into my family, into building a family. And I saw that everything was just falling into a place where I was getting more jobs into the online space. I was getting more inquiries to develop businesses, to develop strategies, to develop like creating marketing and selling strategy. And I didn't had any more time for the flower shop. Like the orders in the shop was going down day by day, while the high-end clients were going up. So I was at the moment that the shop was still there, but with the signage closed in, because I was not making any more the amount of money that I was making previously there, but I was making it over here. So I'm like, oh my God. And it was such a smooth transition from the actually shop to the online space.
Your story is so interesting because it's all about a flow, even the down moments, and it's all about synchronicities. And that says a lot about when we are aligned with what we do. And when sometimes we're aligned and then we stop being. And there is the need of change and not being afraid of change and kind of trusting yourself and the universe. Like, I'm not happy here. I'm not gonna go into contrast and stay here because it's comfortable, and change to the next step.
I was very resilient, right? I help a part of helping few people here and there still when I still was in the shop. I help also one of my friend that she started generating more than 20K a month with what I have teach her and what we have planned together and everything. And she made me a gift, which was a high performance business coach course. And I was like, oh my God, babe, you don't have to pay for this, because it was quite a lot of money. I'm like, no, please. And she was like, no, I bought it. It's on your name. Now you must decide what you want to do with. And I started this course. I was still in the shop, still having the shops. Now at this stage, during the pandemic, I bought another flower shop, which was now already 2 physical shops plus the event company, which at the moment was here and there, not too many events, just a couple of birthdays, nothing big. But the situation was, what am I doing? I do not want to give up to everything that I build. I was still holding so tight. So I've asked to the universe, like, please show me a sign of what I have to do. And Mother's Day, we all know that in floristry, Mother's Day is a huge, huge day. It's the day that we make so much money. It's the day that we can just advertise ourselves, market ourselves even more than in the normal days. So I got an email. I was preparing for the Mother's Day, and I got the email telling me that my final exams for high performance business coach will be held on the day of Mother's Day.
Okay.
And I was like, well, universe, thank you so much. But again, I have to choose. So what do I do? Because there was my knowledge, I have to pass my exams or my shop. And I've decided to give a go onto the exams. So I haven't worked on Mother's Day, which was the first year that I didn't work on Mother's Day for the last from 2016. So yeah, and I took my exams.
You transition fully to the online, right?
Yes, and from that moment, yes, I wrapped up the shop in 2022. Like literally last year, I because of the lease, I couldn't transition, I couldn't close it. So for 1 year, for 1 year and a half, I still keep the shop over there, but was closed, so nothing inside. And last year, when finally I managed, the landlord accepted, I gave up to the lease and I started working from home in the comfort of my home. I have my own small office over here, which I enjoy it. And yeah, it's different when you can actually have the change in your life and help also others. Because what here is where I will refer back with what I said. I was loving what I was doing, but I didn't know actually what I was loving.
Okay.
So for me, it wasn't that I was loving so much the flowers or the shop or events. For me, was that I was loving developing them. Because end of the day, if we go and we see how things are contradicting in my life, I was always saying, I don't want to build a family. But I'm a woman, 100%. So I am born to build. And
Yeah.
I was building businesses, which they are exactly like children, growing up children.
Yes. Okay. And you're doing it online, and you also set a summit. Can you tell us about that as well?
Yes, I'm organizing a part of the zero to business hero program that I'm having. I'm in love with events. This is the side that I still miss from back then. So I transitioned to do summits online, which, you was also part of one of them. We had
part.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for having you. And I'm so excited. When I speak about summit, I cannot even speak because the excitement and the energy inside me is just like, so stay with me. Let me find my words. Sorry for my language. Is my third language. So I'm trying my best to keep it with the English.
You're doing it perfectly.
So yes, I'm organizing the summit. At the beginning, I organized the first summit was in September, which is all about real women in business. I believe in the community, I believe in the support, and I believe that together we can do even more. Alone, you can do it, but not too much. So also the other businesses that I have developed, I never done it alone. I done it by my own, but not alone. So same also with Summit. When everyone comes together and put their energy, products, experience, expertise, and knowledge, what is coming out there is just, even if I will use the word mind-blowing, will not be enough to express the experience in there and the knowledge and the value and the benefit that everyone can get from the summit. So
and also the diversity, because it's about businesses and entrepreneurship, but not forgetting the human side, right? That's what I give my knowledge, because when we do forget it along the lines, it will show up and say, I'm here. And most of the times it's in a not pleasant way, like now using your example, like that trauma was crystallized there and manifested as in that hard situation that allow you to overcome and awaken. So life is not separated, like business is not separated from the rest that you are. You are not business. That's just part of you and your fulfillment. And yes, I truly believe in the power of community and being together. And yeah, that's why I brought it up, because that is so important, to support each other, to have others telling, I went through that and it's possible.
Yeah, and it's true.
Yes.
I think that the first summit, when we have met, that summit was actually from the moment that I've thought about it up to the delivery moment. And we was 48 women, entrepreneur women in there. So 48 people for myself, 47, because with me was 48, but 47 people for myself to manage them, to schedule them, to deal with each of the lady that was involved into the summit. And all that took only 1 month and 2 days. But why? Because of the energy that all of you ladies bring together. Now, this one in September is not anymore so big, it's more intimate, because here we are speaking about how to build 6 figures. So I really wanted people that I resonate with, like you, and I know that you can provide the value and the knowledge that the audience can actually start getting into the 6 figure mindset and start learning how to manifest to get over there. Because, like I will always say, 20% is strategy, 80% is mindset. So,
yes, totally resonate with that. One last message. Well, before that, do assist the summit. It's still going on. I will be sharing the link in the description. And one last message. What would you say to someone that is young, as you were back there, and is struggling with finding their own way in life, especially thinking, I would love to have a business, and not knowing what to do? What will your words be?
I don't want to say work with a coach, but I will encourage them to get out of their comfort zone and work with a mentor. Because the moment in the shop, in my first year of the shop, and here I will articulate why I'm saying this, is I find out about the word mentor that I didn't knew before it. So the moment that somebody was there to support me, to hold my hand, and not necessarily to cover when I fall down, but give me the mental security that somebody is there. If I fall down, she or he will help you with their knowledge. That was the moment that actually I bloomed.
Yes. And it's funny you're saying that. Funny, interesting, because that's the reason why I'm doing the TAP group coaching, so that people have a structure to come back, either when they're truly happy, or especially we know that at times life can be hard, and so having a support team, like talking about abundance and limiting beliefs and money questions, and because we are kind of brought up in life to think small and to be limited. So I really resonate with what you just said, and thank you for being you and making a difference in so many lives. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. And if I can share another few words,
Yes.
I will just like to tell them my daily mantra is that between you and your success, the only person that can stop you or interfere is yourself.
Yes.
So this is every single day that I repeat myself related to the limiting beliefs and everything that you are saying. So I will go and download your tapping one because I know that we got a present for 1 month into your private membership. So I will take advantage of that.
I call it tapping and plus because it's tapping. It's really useful. We should be teaching this in school, really. But then there's other practices and constant support. That's the important. Yeah, and you're so welcome. And I feel we're gonna be talking again probably next year about other experiences. So I'm inviting you to the next podcast already. I'm trusting the universe because I'm feeling inspired to do that.
Thank you so much for the invitation. I never said it officially until now, but I will do it officially now in your podcast. I'm launching also my podcast in January.
Oh,
So
great.
I will make sure that you will come on the right season because I will be working on season is a mind-blowing series, which fingers crossed, hopefully in the next 2 years will be also on Netflix. So
great. Great. And thank you all for being here, resonating with the words that we're speaking, the message of transforming life with hope and resources. And see you all in the next Gizela Infinite Love podcast. Till then.